What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 62. And we got another preview to do today. We got some UFC talk to talk about. We got some BKFC to talk about. We got some fight news and some other stuff too. But before we get into all of that, like and subscribe. As always, it helps out. Maybe drop a comment. Let's go. We got the Twitch links in the description. Yeah. But now we got to get to it. The real shit. The most important shit to talk about for this weekend, in all honesty. BKFC, right?
Yeah, dog.
I mean, if we want to start there, we can start there.
Nah.
I ain't mad about it.
We'll get there. Just had to throw in the little jokey, you know? Because, I mean, you know, when you look at these main cards, these main events, what's really the most important thing, you know what I mean?
I would say that the main event of UFC is important. Potentially.
Hey, main event of BKFC has a former UFC champ. Main event of UFC, no former UFC champ. That's all I got to say.
Get on with it.
UFC Fight Night coming from Austin, Texas this time. Not an Apex event, which is very nice because that always ends up in a bit better of a fight card overall because they actually have to worry about selling tickets. You know what I mean? So it's like they can't just have a main event and then a bunch of bullshit and then, you know what I mean? Just a whole bunch of guys coming off Contender Series and yeah, all of that good shit. Mid shit, I should say, for the Apex. But Austin.
Yeah.
Main event. Beneil Dariush versus Arman Tsarukyan. The original main event was gonna be Dan Hooker versus Bobby Green, 5 rounds. And then they were just like, well, let's throw in another just bigger fight, you know, like just another good fight, Benny Arman. And then they were just kind of like, well, they're both higher ranked than Dan and just Bobby. A bigger fight. So it's just like we kind of have to put them as the main event, you know. But yeah, so that's how we ended up here. But Beneil Dariush coming off his loss to Charles Oliveira a little bit earlier this year. Arman Tsarukyan, it was crazy. Just it feels like it's been so long since he's fought. But yeah, it was just June when he beat Joaquim Silva, who's fighting later on, earlier on the card.
That's later on the card.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later, you know. But yeah, it's lightweight, man. It's so hard because you can put two guys together and it's gonna be a good, fun fight. But what the fuck does it actually mean? You know what I mean?
I mean, for this one, like at the very least with Arman and Dariush, they're 4-8. You know what I mean? So they're at least a couple rankings apart. And if Arman wins, that would put him into the top 5. Which is pretty huge, being that the top 5 has consistently been Charles, or if he was in champ, you know, but Gaethje, Dustin, Michael Chandler, Benny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually a new, younger, fresher name up there in the top 5. So, like, maybe he probably won't get one of those fights. He could possibly get the Charles fight, but then he can also get the rematch and actually get, like, a shot at the belt. As to where with Benny, like, I feel like if he wins, they're just going to be like, fight someone. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure that they're looking to really push him, considering he's already on the older side. He lost to Oliveira. It's just, you know.
Well, and not only that, but it's like, even if Benny wins, it's like, who's he going to fight? Because Gaethje's, if Gaethje fights Islam and loses, he's probably going to retire. Like I said, he was on one more run. Dustin already said he has no interest in fighting Benny. Chandler is looking for that Conor fight still. And he already lost to Oliveira. Like, it'd just be better for the division if Arman won.
Yeah,
but that's the thing with just kind of thinking about this fight, because like you said, Arman coming in at number 8, Benny at number 4, inside the top 5. If he's able to get that win and get ranked there, that's obviously like very helpful. He's not getting a title shot off of that win, and is he even going to be able to get like another top ranked guy just by beating Benny, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like you're saying, like, Justin, like, he's plenty fine to sit out until he gets his shot. Like, Mateusz Gamrot already trying to call for, like, Oliveira when he loses, you know what I mean? Dustin, he has no interest in fighting Benny. You think he got any interest in fighting Armin?
So the thing is that I don't think that he's going to get a top fight for the title shot. But if he beats Dariush, and he said that he's willing to stay active in order to keep that shot. So it's like, even if he's fighting down and he puts on a run of like just beating people even below him that are ranked, he'll still end up with that title shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're not going to give it to him. Like, you know, especially with everything that we've talked about with what's going on with the top, you know, Oliveira's obviously up there. Gaethje's on his last run. We just talked about what's going with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, so many people are leaving pretty soon, like within the next, like, year and a half to 2 years, that it's just like
maybe. I mean, it's like, I don't know, I felt like at this point, you know, all the fucking I already felt like by this point Armin and Gamrot and Fiziev, and you know what I mean, like, just kind of assumed that all of them would have already broken in, and it just, these motherfuckers just still holding their spots, you know what I mean? The few times that we've gotten like the big matchups and, like, you know, trying to let someone in, it's like, Gaethje like beating, like,
I mean, but either way, even if they are there, if Armin racks up a win streak, and it's just like, you know, over all these ranked guys, he's still gonna end up getting it. Like, that's just
that's kind of the thing. And even if like he definitely needs at minimum probably one more fight, because they're doing Oliveira next. Gaethje should be after that.
Yep.
He should have one more fight, and at that point, who else are you putting into the title shot?
But that's the thing, though. Like, between fucking, like, to get through Oliveira and Gaethje, like, talking about
that's a year.
Yeah, like, talking about the next title fight after that, we're in 2025 already. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know.
Like, so, and that's the thing, because it's like, it's obviously getting a win over Benny at, you know, number 4. Like, it's a great name, great ranking, but it's like, with just like you were saying, it's like, he's gonna like, he's gonna still have to fight down, and he just to stay active so he can still like possibly earn that shot with just like amount of wins. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's a good name, but even if he wins, I feel like it still doesn't really do anything for him is if he were to beat like I don't know, just someone else, like, just further ranked down, like, even if he got like Dan Hooker or Fiziev, you know what I mean, just like something else. It's just kind of another fight for him that he's just gonna, like you said, probably just put another win streak together to just.
I mean, Fiziev could be next though. After he fights Benny, you know, takes whatever time off. Maybe Fiziev will be like good to come back. Like, that might be the fight we get after it.
Maybe.
I mean, it could be.
Because then it's also hard. It's like, I just feel like Fiziev coming off an injury, lost to Gamrot. It's like, probably shouldn't get like a top 5 guy in Armin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of got something going if you can main event Paris with him and Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
I mean, you can fucking put Benoit against anyone in the top 10 in Paris as a main event in reality. Like, you could do it with Fiziev, Gamrot. Like,
I don't want to see that yet, though.
But seeing like him against like someone who's like an extremely exciting striker like Fiziev, like, you just know that's going to be a fucking war.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's why it's just hard, because like, coming down to the actual fight itself, this is not an easy fight for Armin Tsarukyan at all. I'm pretty sure he's like, I think he's close to like a -300 favorite. Yeah, I mean, Tapology showing it at -270 right now. I
really
don't understand this in all reality. It's like, I know, like, Benny's coming off that fucking knockout loss to Oliveira. That's motherfucking Oliveira, dude. Like, Benny had, Armin had a super close 5-round fight with Mateusz Gamrot. He ended up losing the split. I feel like he should have won that, you know what I mean? But it's like,
it was a close fight.
Real close fight. Bruh. Gamrot didn't have shit for Benny. He couldn't fucking take him down. Like, I mean, he would take him down. Benny would just scramble out of everything, beating the dog shit out of him on the feet. I mean, I know styles make fights, and it's just, you know, a little bit different, but I don't understand him being such a big favorite.
And styles make fights. Benny has some stupid power, and Armin was rocked by Joaquin Silva in their fight. You don't think Benny Dariush is able to time a counter? He just puts Armin out cold?
Yeah, man. That's just when I fucking heard that he was such a big favorite, I'm just like, yo, I don't. People just constantly disrespect Beneil Dariush, man, and I just really don't understand it. He was on an amazing run, and it's like, yeah, he lost to Oliveira, but like I said,
again, that's Oliveira.
Like his timing, the fucking sharpshooting, and the power that Oliveira has built up throughout, like, you know, just getting older and building into like the 155 frame properly. Like, dude is a monster on the feet, and it's like, yeah, Benny has been put out a few times before, you know what I mean? But it's like Armin's not that striker. Like, yeah, he's got some decent hands. Like, he's solid. He's basic. He's got like a good body kick. But that's the thing. It's just like he's very basic. He's got good power, but it's not like he's got overwhelming power. And I don't know exactly how I feel. Like, you know, who's gonna win? I might be leaning towards Benny, honestly. Benny might be able to get this done.
He honestly could, because like
can.
He's got really good jiu-jitsu. He's got power. He can stuff takedowns. Like,
yeah, he can scramble like a motherfucker.
I think this is just one of those ones where Vegas is just getting it wrong.
Yeah.
In terms of the odds.
I mean, I don't know what the lines were set at, because that's like the the real factor with like Vegas, you know what I mean? Just kind of like putting it. But like, yeah, so I don't know what it was originally set at. Who knows if Armin? I feel like he's had to have swelled as a favorite. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's like Armin. He's only fucking 27 years old. Beneil is 34, so 7 years younger. It's like not even in his prime yet. He's still got a few years to go. He can definitely make bigger leaps and adjustments, you know, throughout each fight than someone like Beneil Dariush is. Yeah, man. Either way, it's going to be a great fight. I'm very excited for it, and this 100% should be a 5-round main event.
Oh, yeah. And just to go back a little bit, yes, he has swelled. He opened up as a minus 200 favorite. Dariush was a plus 200.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's some good money on Benny, if you ask me. But hey, I don't make money off a fight, so
I'm taking Benny on. If you just take Benny money line, like that, I feel like he is very much a live dog in this fight.
Oh yeah. But from main event to the co-main event, still in the 155-pound division, was supposed to be Dan Hooker versus Bobby Green, but oh, motherfucking Dan. He re-broke the same arm that he broke in the fight with Jalen Turner. So how poetic that Jalen Turner steps in on 2 weeks' notice to fight Bobby Green.
I hate you.
What?
This is really funny. I guess it just never clicked, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, but
I didn't
like,
think about it.
How did he re-break his arm?
He said that he just like blocked a kick in sparring, and the shit just broke.
You know, the same thing that broke his arm?
Yep.
Originally?
Yep. And he was just like, yeah, like, you know, just blocked like a whole bunch of kicks and stuff, but just one landed wrong, and like, oh. He's like, well, that sucks.
Damn.
You gotta admire the consistency.
Yeah, it's always so funny to just listen to Dan Hooker talk about his like career and shit like that, because it's just some crazy like him getting fucking beat up by fucking Barboza and shit like that, terrible beat, and it's just like, oh well, you know, just that one sucked, and you know, just gotta move on and go to the next. You know, it's just like yup, I took a life-changing fucking beating, but it is what it is. Let's go. I'm ready for the next.
I took a life-changing beating because my head coach was at a wedding and we were all told not to accept a fight for that date, and I said, fuck it.
The Dan Hooker way.
But yeah, Jalen Turner.
Dan Hooker's a crazy man.
Jalen Turner versus Bobby Green, though. I am still very skeptical that Jalen Turner is making 156 pounds.
I'm really glad that that's the first thing you brought up, because that's what I wanted to bring up first. Because originally I'm like, oh, it's definitely going to be a catch weight. He took this on how short of a notice?
I'm pretty sure it was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like about 2 weeks.
Dude is 6'3", 75.5-inch reach. It's like, are you sure you can make 155 in 2 weeks? He's not going to be okay.
Yeah, and then
he barely looked okay in his last fight.
And then just him saying that, like, I'm pretty sure it was the media day, that he feels like he just, like, he said that he felt like he had to take this fight, like he just couldn't turn it down, and it's like, just like, I don't know, man. Like, if this was Jalen Turner versus Bobby Green, both of them full camp, like, you know, ready, like, preparing for each other, Jalen should be a giant favorite heading into the fight.
Yes.
But under these sort of circumstances, I mean...
Where he missed weight against Dan Hooker.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, he was 158.
I forgot that he missed weight. I just remember him looking awful during media day. Like, I said it to Jimmy. I was like, yo, did you see him stumble up the stairs? And he's like, no, we ran it back. And, like, yeah, it just looked real bad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 158 pounds when he fought Hooker.
Yeah, so,
and he had a full camp.
Exactly. Your last fight, you had a full camp, and you missed weight by 2 pounds. And now you're coming in 2 weeks' notice? I don't know, man. So, I mean, I guess we'll just have to see how he makes, if he does even make weight, just how he's looking on the scales. But, Bobby Green might just come out there and just piece up Jalen Turner. I don't know if he'll get the finish, but he'll probably just beat him up on the feet over 3 rounds.
Just sad. Going on a 3-fight losing streak, just losing 2 split decisions, and then, coming in short notice, and then if he loses, that shit would suck.
No,
100%.
That's why it's one of those things. Yeah, you're on 2-fight losing streak and taking a fight on short notice. It's like big rewards, but there's very big risk that's involved with that too.
Hell yeah.
And that's the thing, because I'm pretty sure
28, I think.
Yeah, 28 years old. Bobby Green's 37. So it's like another fight, just a big age difference between them. So it's like, going on a 3-fight losing streak now, that's obviously not great. Would be 6-5 in the UFC overall. But it's like, at least he's still got plenty of time, you know what I mean? Like, he's just starting to get into that age of like coming close to his prime. And I feel like he's gonna have to move up to 170, and honestly, he might move up to 170, and his best years might be there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Dude is big as hell for 155.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like it really is. But so I mean, good shit on Jalen Turner. Just big respect for him taking this fight on such short notice, because, Bob, it's just a tough one. That's not... Like, I mean, he's got some decent grappling on him. He can, like, wrap up submissions pretty solidly. But I just don't think Bobby Green is going to be out there fucking trying to shoot takedowns and grapple with the tarantula. You know what I mean? He's just going to be looking to fucking walk forward, hands down, slips like on the outside of those long jabs, and just hit him with some big shots over the top. But yeah, that should be a fun one, though. Definitely has potential for a fight of the night for sure. And it just sucks, too, because, gonna get fucking 5 rounds, Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, and it's like, now just fucking 3-round co-main event against the dude that fucking just lost to Dan Hooker. It's like, nowhere near as fun, but it's 155, so it should still be good overall. Next fight, though, the featured bout. We're finally fucking here. It's funny because I like looking at it before. It just, again, someone who feels like has been out for well over a year. Motherfucking Davison Figueiredo finally here to make his debut at 135. Last fight was losing to Brandon Moreno on the first pay-per-view of this year in January.
I was going to say finally fighting somebody that isn't Brandon Moreno.
That's the other part.
Yeah, because
his last 4 fights have literally all been Brandon since 2020.
Yeah. Brandon got the break with Kai, and then...
that's crazy. It's literally been 3 years since he's fought someone that's not Brandon Moreno.
That is amazing.
There's no one in UFC history that has had 4 fights and has gone 3 years without fighting the same person. He's living the career that Danny Sabatello wish he could have against fucking Rafael Stotts.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But yeah, he's finally here, 135, and he's taking on motherfucking Rob Font, who his last fight out, it was not good. He took it on short notice, Corey Sandhagen, and just got wrestle fucked.
B2 Sandhagen.
Yeah, just it fucking sucked. That fight it was terrible. Yeah, it was not a good performance.
It wasn't. It just sucks that also one of the main fact and this is also why it's damn Font really the fact that Corey partway through the fight tears his tricep.
Yeah, he said it was in the first grappling exchange.
Yep, and then you realize, you've been getting taken down and controlled by someone with one good tricep.
Yeah.
That's okay though. He puts on good fights.
He does.
If
his grappling might, but
yeah, he definitely does not have the best grappling, and especially the best grappling defense.
Now, luckily, Figgy is not a grappler by trade in terms of takedowns.
Yeah. The thing that I'm very interested, though, is because Rob Font, he is 5'8", and how tall is Davison?
5.
Okay, 5'5". I thought he was a little bit shorter, honestly.
I thought he was 5'6", because he was huge at flyweight.
Huh?
Well, he was huge at flyweight.
Yeah, I know, but
weight-wise, but not height.
But I mean, still, he's only got 1 inch reach less than Max Holloway. You know what I mean? Former featherweight champ.
But he got 1 inch more reach than AJ Fletcher, former 170er.
That's very true.
Still more reach than Fletcher.
But with the grappling though, it's I wonder if Davison is really even going to need to grab a real takedown, or if he might be able to just kind of do some Alvarez shit and just climb the back from standing on the feet. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. In my head, I just feel if they get into a grappling exchange, bless you.
Thank you.
I feel like Davison's just gonna be able to move anywhere he wants to.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it's Rob's the slightly bigger guy, but that's, I don't even, weight-wise, I don't even know, how fucking comparable that's gonna be.
That's what I was just gonna say, is that it's not like Davison is a small guy, like Ginger was saying, his walking around out of camp weight is stupid for a flyweight. What is it, 160 or something?
165?
Yeah, it's in the 160s, yeah.
That's just dumb.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
It's not like he's gonna have to, grow into 135 or all of this, you know what I mean? He was actively, losing and cutting weight to be able to make 125,
Yeah.
I don't think it should be too much of an issue.
Yeah.
No, and here's one of the few flyweights who had real knockout power, and that'll be real interesting to see against Rob Font, who isn't a knockout artist. He's got really good crisp boxing, but he's not he doesn't. It's not so much with Font his power; it's more so his timing and his ability to counter.
Yeah, bro, he can just sting people with his jabs so cleanly, that. It's pretty beautiful to watch, honestly. Just and I feel like that's just gonna be the biggest factor heading into this fight. Honestly, is that Davison is dude was getting outboxed by Brandon Moreno. You know what I mean? If you're getting outboxed by Brandon Moreno, you're gonna get outboxed by Rob Font 100%. I don't think this is a good, easy fight for him at his first shot at 135.
No.
He's saying it's just also funny too because he's saying that if he gets the win here, the 2 people he wants to fight in this division are Sean O'Malley and Dominic Cruz. And it's if you wanted to fight Cruz, that should have been your first fight at 135.
That's really funny.
Quite honestly, I think that should have been the fight.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. That would have been such a good, fun fight.
That's just really funny, though. You're fighting number 8, and you want to fight the champ, but also number 9.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought this could have been even when before, right before this was announced, I thought this could have been, him versus Piotr Jan. I thought that fight could have happened.
Bruh, he would get whooped on by fucking Piotr.
No, yeah.
That would be so bad. The camera went a little blurry.
I know.
But, yeah,
dog.
That would not be a good... Yeah, I mean, it's like Rob Font, he's been on a rough little run. Losing 3 out of his last 4 fights, but that win over Adrian Yanez was just so fucking nice, you know what I mean? Like, losing a Jose, Marlon Vera, and Corey Sandhagen, like, those are literally the top guys in the division. You know, Jose retired now, but 2 years ago at this point.
Now that I'm now that I'm really looking at the top 15 for bantamweight, yeah, Cruz should have been his first one, because I think Jonathan Martinez beats him. Umar beats him. He might be able to beat Ricky. I think Chris beats him.
Nah, Ricky's way too big for him.
Yeah, right. Ricky would win.
I know.
Chris, I think, would win. I think Saeed could win, but I think it'd be close. Like, I think that could go either way.
I know, it was one of those things where it's like, when he said that, he's like, oh yeah, I want to go up to 135. It's like, yeah, like, you should go up to 135. Like, obviously.
And then you think about it.
Yeah, and then it's just like, damn, should you? Like, maybe you should stay at 125, because none of these matchups look good for a 35-year-old Davison Figueiredo. Like, nothing. Like, that's, like, yeah, literally to just be like, you probably should be able to beat Dominic Cruz at this point. You know what I mean? It's like...
And that's not because it's like really how good Figueiredo is. It's more like how much Cruz has fallen.
Yeah. Because, bro, if that was prime Dom Cruz, he would be fucking circling Figgy for the entire fight.
Prime Dom Cruz beat fucking DJ. So, yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean... I really don't know how this fight is going to end up playing out. I feel like it's going to be majority on the feet, and Rob's probably just going to touch him up until he finishes him. But we might get some fun shit out of this fight, so I am definitely excited for it.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yes.
Should be fun.
But the last real meaningful fight on this card, I'm very surprised that at this point it's Thursday, and this fight is still together. Let's wait for weigh-in day, knock on wood. Because Sean Brady versus Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin looking to make his return to the 170-pound division after, I think it's been like 6 years or so since he's fought it here.
This is the skinniest he's ever been, Jimmy.
In years. About 6 years or so.
I was about to say in about a decade.
I don't understand. Okay, I take that. I was going to say I don't understand why Sean Brady is taking this fight, but I feel like he has to be hoping that Kelvin's not going to make the weight good, right? Like, he has to be.
I don't know, because the thing is that, like, Kelvin talking about, like, oh, like, you know, he hasn't been this skinny in a decade. It's like, if he really worked towards actually losing weight in a healthy manner, just, like, being more healthy, having a better lifestyle, he could... He's 5'9" with a 71.5-inch reach.
Yes,
he's even small at 170, realistically. So it's like, if he is there healthy, then I feel like you can't really count that out. I guess, like, you can hope that he just is trying to make a bad weight cut, but it's like, I don't know.
Because the thing for me, it's like, Brady coming up, it's like, he's clearly, like, a very physically strong specimen at 170 pounds. He gets a hold of you. He's fucking strong in there. Bruh, his striking is dog shit.
It's bad.
It's so, like, I was really high on him coming up. I wanted to see him do good. But goddamn, man, if you are getting outstruck by Michael Chiesa, you have to fix some shit. Like, you fucking have to. That is just not good. And then you get knocked out by Bilal Muhammad. Like, bro. So Kelvin, who is able to blitz in and out extremely fast. He's a southpaw, so it's a little bit stylistically different. Michael Chiesa was also a southpaw, could have been a factor in just giving him some problems.
Yeah.
He's got good grappling. Like, he's going to be just as big and if not stronger probably than Sean Brady in there. I don't understand him taking this fight. I don't. I feel like this is such a bad fight for Sean Brady.
I think at this point, it's literally Brady like, I want a fucking fight this year.
Yeah, 2 of his fights have fell out. He hasn't fought in over a year, so maybe it's just, what was offered to him, and he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, I think that's literally it. It was just, let me fight. Because he had to pull out the Jack Della Maddalena fight with Staff.
Yep.
And then, what was it with Michelle? He also had to pull out for groin injury. That's right. Yeah. Tore his groin.
Yeah.
So, like, he's literally... it's been a rough year, and he's just like, I just want to beat someone up.
I just don't think that this is the fight. Honestly, Kelvin might knock this dude out in the first round. Honestly, like I mean,
that could happen.
I
Kelvin
really would not be surprised.
Power.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel bad for Sean Brady because this is just a hard one. I don't know. I could also be totally wrong. That is often the case. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I mean that could be the thing. Like it could be like Kelvin actually does make a bad weight cut, and now he just is super drained when he goes into the cage and just is able to get taken down at will. Like who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to see. But after that, that's where the fights and the matchmaking it kind of drops off because normally we're always like, the prelims might not have names or whatever, but the matchmaking is good. We should get some good fights. This one has got some names and stuff on the prelims. It's got some people that have been around. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of good fights out of this prelim card, honestly.
No, I'm excited for 2 fights.
What are the 2 fights you're excited for?
Steve Garcia and Melquizel Acosta, and Joe Selecki and Drakkar Klose.
Yeah, I also think that those are going to be the best fights on the prelims.
See, I was thinking the same thing. I had one other one because I completely forgot about the Costa fight, Garcia Costa fight. Because I think that Rodolfo and
Ihor.
Yeah, Ihor is going to be a good fight. I feel like that could be a good one.
It could be. I don't know. I just don't have that much
But the rest of them,
like,
nah.
Fucking Misha Tate is back. Fucking Cody Brundage is here. Like Wellington, Jared Gooden is back.
Yeah, Jared Gooden.
The last time I fucking seen him looking through shit, he was losing to fucking Impa on XMMA. Why is he here?
Yep. Lost to Impa. Beat Doug Usher. DeMarcus Jackson, and then lost, and I'm assuming a short notice fight against
Carlson Harris. I've totally forgot that he was even here this year.
Me too.
And he missed weight. He weighed in at 177 for a 170 fight.
Yeah, and that rings a bell. Yeah, he's gonna knock the fuck out by Wellington Turman.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I think fucking Puna Dustin on the main card, but like Puna should knock out Dustin. If he doesn't, that's just sad, honestly.
Yeah. And then Clay Guida and Joaquim Silva.
Bro, Clay Guida is gonna win this one, man. I feel it in my bones. I feel it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sad. But it's also gonna just be great to watch his fucking sweaty ass hair just flop around for 15 minutes again. You know what I mean?
No.
What? It's just such a fun look.
Right.
It's great. Fucking 60-second pro fight for Clay Guida. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
41 years old. Good for him. But yeah, that's the UFC card out of Austin, Texas. Yeah, those top 4 fights, those are real fucking solid though, and should be a lot of fun. But also on Saturday night, we got some BKFC, and honestly, this main event is it's fucking wacky, and I love it.
I love BKFC.
Yeah, it's so much fun, man.
Yeah, every time.
This is for the King of Violence belt. They put a fucking title on the line. King of Violence. I saw it today. It didn't look great.
It doesn't matter. It exists, you know?
But it's perfect because Eddie Alvarez is fighting for it. If someone's fighting for it, it's got to be Eddie, the Underground King. He's 39 years old. He's a former UFC Bellator champ. He ain't underground anymore, but he's still the motherfucking champ. You know what I mean? And he's taking on motherfucking Mike Perry. just the man in BKFC. He's just had such a good run since going over there. Beating Julian Lane, MVP, Luke Rockhold. Now he gets motherfucking Eddie Alvarez.
That is such a weird 3-fight run.
It's awesome.
It is awesome.
It's awesome, but that's just so fucking weird.
That's the greatest 3-fight BKFC run someone could possibly have.
Oh, I agree. I do not disagree with you. I'm not like shitting on it. It's just...
No, it's great.
If anyone wants to have this run, it's Mike fucking Perry.
And it's like, yeah, let him add Eddie Alvarez to that.
Well, yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. It's just great to see Mike Perry just fucking in BKFC, just doing the best that he can. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know.
He is their star.
Yeah, it's just awesome to see because, you know, in the UFC, he had a good run at first, but then he started having some rough losses, having a lot of just fucking personal shit going on in his life. Just, you know, wasn't in a good spot, but it just seems to, yeah, just be doing much better, much happier now, and yeah, fucking undefeated in BKFC. So is Eddie Alvarez, 1-0, had a fight with Chad, I was going to say Chad Alvarez, Chad Mendez.
Chad Alvarez and Eddie Mendez?
Yeah. But yeah, that was also just another fight where it's like, yo, what the fuck? What fucking weight is this fight happening at?
175.
Beautiful.
Trust me, I was curious. I was curious too.
Yeah.
His last fight was at 165.
Eddie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the funnier part of that is, Chad Mendez is the one who weighed more on the scales at 166.
Yeah, and when I remember when that fight got booked, I'm just like, okay, so you got former featherweight fighter versus former lightweight fighter. Let's have him fight at 165.
Yeah.
Yo, Chad is on all the fucking juice right now, though.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the thing that sucks though is I just feel like Eddie is a bit too old at this point.
I think he's
for a war with Mike Perry.
Damage.
You know what I mean?
A little too much damage, yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably get finished pretty early.
Yeah, I mean, he went to fucking war with Chad Mendez. Was getting lumped up all over the place, just fucking bruised and swollen, cut open. Mike Perry, man, it's like he's not
so
the most
bigger than him.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna like. He's not the most technical. Like he's not the greatest, but the fucking size difference is
And Chad also being 38 years old and just
yeah.
Mike Perry in his motherfucking prime at 32. You know what I mean? Like
yep.
He's fucking man. It's a good fight. It should be fun while it lasts. But I do agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Perry gets this done early. Yo, but then again, who knows? What if Eddie Alvarez is able to go out there and fucking just that old veteran dog in him? You know what I mean?
Eddie is on all the juice. Like, bro, I'm 20 years old again. Let's get it.
Bro, if Eddie gets this win, at that point, he should just retire. Just Bodog champion, Bellator champion, UFC champion, BKFC violence. King of violence. End it. You're good.
Yeah,
you don't got anything else.
That'd be awesome, man.
He's like, nah, dog, I'm gonna find my way back down. LFA.
Like, just pay me $100. I don't even care about the money. He's like, I just want to fuck some scrub up.
Forward.
But yeah, that should be some good fun. Very sad because the co-main event was supposed to be Big Ben Rothwell versus Todd Duffy. Big Ben got sick. He's no longer in the fight. And yeah, there's 2 days notice. They're not finding a replacement for him against Todd. But he did say that they're going to go to rebook that in February. I mean, I guess you have to keep this fight together, sure.
Why?
I don't know.
What else they got going on?
Yeah, it's probably the biggest heavyweight fight they can do in all of reality.
What?
But another fun fight
just
on this card.
Ben and let him fight fucking Francis.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Jimmy.
God. What the fuck was it? God damn it. You just said that, and like I just seen like someone the other day. Oh, I think it was fucking Todd Duffy that said he wanted to fight Francis.
All right.
I think that's who I saw.
I'm sorry, does this man have a death wish?
I think he saw that he's gonna get paid $2 million.
I was gonna say
for that.
He has a couple mil wish.
Yeah, he's like, I've been knocked out plenty of times before. I'll make $2 million for it. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's getting paid out to the next of kin. I think he might I think it would be the first death we have from in-ring injuries in MMA.
Bro, that would be so terrible if PFL did Lincoln Francis versus Todd Duffy. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be horrible. But a not horrible fight. A wacky fight, but I'm excited for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Stevens versus Jimmy Rivera.
Yes.
It's just so weird. Like, what fucking weight is this also happening?
155.
Okay. Bro, Jimmy Rivera's getting knocked the fuck out. Bro.
What?
This dude. Damn, I forgot he's already had fucking 2 fights in BKFC.
Yeah, he won his last one, and the last one to a draw.
All right. But yeah, bro, Jeremy Stevens, he's so much bigger than him. He's got so much more power than him. I'm pretty sure he is older, though, and he 100% has, like, 500,000 more miles on his engine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
3 years
37.
older.
3 years
3
older?
years older. Yeah, 3 years older.
Yeah, fucking... Jeremy has been in so many tough fights, though. Like,
yeah.
Jeremy Rivera's also a fucking vet, too, and has been in a lot of good, like, just rough fights, but I feel like if he's able to get the win, I just feel like it's just going to be because fucking Jeremy is just so old and battered at this point. Maybe by cuts or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, probably like a second round knockout for Jeremy Stevens. Well, let's go. But yeah, that's BKFC. They don't really got the most fights on that of like notable names, but they got Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez, so let's fucking go. But that's gonna bring us into some good old fight news.
There's nothing really going on. It's just a couple announcements that don't really mean too much. Some of them, but
yeah. The first one though is just sad. I guess Anthony Smith is really just looking for a reason to retire from the sport because he's taken a short notice fight against Cleo Roundtree Jr. I don't
like this for Smith.
Huh?
I don't like this for Smith. I love that Khalil's going to be able to break into the top 10, but I hate this for Smith.
Yeah, man. Like, filling in for Azamat. He's getting his legs batter up. He's getting his body kicked apart, and he'll probably get finished in under 2 rounds.
Yeah. What's going to end up happening, he's going to fall to the ground from it. He's going to get his leg kicked out, and then as he's going down, he's going to get liver kicked by fucking Khalil while he's on the ground.
Yep. So yeah, this is sad for Anthony Smith, but hopefully it's a great performance for Khalil. So let's go.
Yeah.
This next one though, a motherfucking girl, she's doing her damn thing. She just had a fight, so you know she needs a fight announcement right around the corner. Lupi Godinez, she's already gonna be back, but this time she's getting a fucking top opponent now against Virna Jandiroba.
Yeah, I'm excited about that for her because she ranked number 11, Virna number 6. So right outside the top 5 is like, hell yeah, let's go.
Nah, this is gonna be a tough fight for her.
Big jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virna's good.
Yeah, like she's solid everywhere. She's just got solid striking. She's got solid power. She can take you down. She can definitely stuff some takedowns. I feel like Lupi is definitely going to have to come into this fight with way more variety than a 1-2-3 like her last fight.
Yes.
She said that, like, she was saying that, game plan was, like, throw, like, a few leg kicks and then, just, use the boxing and stuff. She threw, like, 2 leg kicks the entire fight.
Yeah.
Throw some more. Maybe 5 this time, you know what I mean? Maybe try 5 a round. Like, it would make all the difference.
Instead of a 1-2-3, 1-2 leg kick, 4-1 leg kick, do some, mix it up. Maybe then a 1-2-3,
Yeah.
Mix it up.
I mean, it's like, it's crazy that she was able to beat fucking Tabitha Ricci with literally just takedown defense and 1, 2, 3. But it's like, if you want to be someone like Virna Jandiroba, you're gonna have to do a bit more than that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we say that, but Strickland was able to beat Izzy with a 1-2 front kick, the 1-2 teep.
This is also true.
We can't say you have to do more to beat this person. When
the thing about MMA is that you say something and then
you
sometimes it's right and you
wrong.
hope that it's right, but then you'll always end up getting proven wrong. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It is what it is. You pick and choose what you're right about and what you're wrong about. That's how you gotta do it.
You try.
Or you just don't say anything and then you're never wrong. Let's go. But yeah, that should be a good fight though.
Oh my god.
Another good fight. I'm excited that they decided to rebook this one. Adolfo Vieira versus Armin Petrosian. Striker versus grappler, man. Let's fucking go. Solid kickboxer versus great BJJ black belt. So
Yep.
Give me it. I'm all for it. This next one though, they're so clearly trying to just get Joe Pyfer into the top 10 and into some big fights as soon as they can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the easiest way for him to do that is against Jack Hermanson. Joe Pyfer can grapple, and he's got giant power behind his hands.
Yeah, it's just funny. 3-0 in the UFC, and like you said, just right away, like his first ranked opponent is just Jack Hermanson.
Yeah.
Because where is he sitting at number 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like Jack was doing so good on his way up and stuff, and like I don't know, I was just really enjoying watching him fight. But he just gets touched with like one strong punch, and you just see that it changes everything. Like he is just so scared in front of that power, and against someone that he's just not going to be able to take down and just grapple fuck. This is a rough fight for him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Body bag's probably going to get a very nice first round finish. Let's go.
I was about to say, remember when I said I knew how 185 worked? Apparently I don't. This is not what I expected to happen at all.
Yeah, they're really just not playing by any of the rules at 185. They're just like, we're just putting fights together.
And it's like, bro, do that at 155.
Please.
They don't love us, though.
I know.
But yeah, next one, though, 135-pound division. Pedro Munoz is back. He's taking on Kyler Phillips. Big step up for Kyler.
I was about to say,
pretty
again,
sure
not playing by the rules.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure like the toughest fight Kyler has had to this point was against Julian Paiva, which I'm pretty sure he lost that fight.
I mean, I know that he lost that fight. I'm trying to think what his best name value fight has been so far.
I mean, he beat Song Yadong 2 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then lost to Paiva.
Yeah.
At that
Marcelo
point, Paiva
Rojo
was like technically, like ahead of Song for sure.
Yeah. And then,
but yeah,
his last fight was against.
I forgot about that fight.
Ani Barcelos.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's 5-1.
Which even then, they're still not playing by the rules. Like they're jumping him from Hani to number 10.
Yeah. Either way, it's still a very big step up in competition.
Yes.
Pedro, you gotta be good to beat Pedro, man. Like
you do.
It's like he's just such a great litmus test in heading into the top 10 of that division because it's like it doesn't matter what it takes for him to win the fight. Like he's gonna have a solid game plan. He's gonna fight behind it, and he's just like he does get hit a little bit too much. But it's like, this is gonna be a hard fight for Kyler Phillips.
Yeah, I was about to. It is gonna be hard. Like I mean, like it's a lot. Like his last fight, lost to Vera, beat Chris Gutierrez, no contest with O'Malley, lost to Cruz.
He beat O'Malley.
Lost to Jose, beat Jimmy Rivera.
Jimmy, see, 135 fighter, Kate.
Yeah,
he's been around forever.
Where it's like,
yeah, I'm excited for that. It should be a good fight, though. I mean, well, technically, it's Pedro though. I should stop. I shouldn't be so quick to say it's gonna be a good fight. But last two little bit of announcements though. Two fights that are in the works for a card in Mexico. Both of them would also be 5 rounds as well, which in all honesty they should be because they could both easily be the main event. Former champ Brandon Moreno, he is in the works to be back against Amir Albazi. It sucks because it's like it is the fight that should happen, but also no, because I'm pretty confident that Brandon Moreno is going to win this one, and then the UFC is just going to want to put him in a title fight again. And it's like, that's just not, it's not going to move the division along with that. We're just going to have Brandon Moreno in every fucking other title fight.
And then, on the other side of that, if Brandon loses, which one means Amir wins.
Sad.
And none of us want that. Amir might be getting a title shot. And none of us want that.
I mean, if he beats him, then it's like, all right, it's like, you know, at least he deserves it. Like he
deserves it, but I don't want him in it.
It better not be a bullshit win though. Like he got over Kai Kara France, because then I'll be real angry.
Fucking.
Oh yeah.
If he wins via bullshit decision,
that won't happen.
But speaking,
you don't know that.
Not a bullshit decision, but a slight bullshit win. Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega the first time ended in a wacky way. Yair went to go throw up an armbar, and then Brian Ortega just went to pull out of it and fucking fucked his shoulder up. So, you know, just a weird, not great ending to that. But for some reason, I guess the UFC still thinks Brian Ortega deserves to be in like a top 5 fight for some reason. So they're running it back, because I'm pretty sure the last time he's won was like 2021 against fucking the Korean Zombie.
Or was 2020?
Yeah, 2020. Okay. Yeah. So, and yeah, what, ranked number 3?
Yep. Yeah, he lost to Volk, lost to Yair, hasn't fought in over a year.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This dude at least should be like dropped to number 10.
Yeah.
But
I do not know why he's still,
because he's only lost to the champ in number 2, you know what I mean? Former interim champ. That's why he deserves to be ranked number 3.
In the last 5 years, he has had 4 fights.
He's won half of them. No.
He's only won fourth of them.
I just thought about that. I was like, wait, no, yeah, it would have been Max before Korean Zombie. So yeah, he's got 1 fight that he's won in the last 5 years, and that's over a retired fighter. And then before that, wasn't his last one Frankie Edgar?
Yes.
Yes, another retired fighter.
Should be retired fighter.
And then the one before that, actually kind of good, Renato Moicano.
Yeah, but that was also at the time where he was like losing all of his fights until he pulled out a 3rd round finish.
Weirdly enough, that was you called it, because that's a 3rd round finish over Renato Moicano.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he did the same thing to Clay Guida, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was losing that fight until he got the 3rd round finish.
What was the one before that?
God damn it. I can't remember.
Diego
Brandao.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. Diego Brandao?
And Thiago Tavares, both of them were 3rd round finishes. So that's just really funny.
Yeah.
Yo,
Brian Ortega actually sucks.
And before that was a no contest to Mike De La Torre.
Do you think if he gets like knocked out real bad, like by Yair, like just gets absolutely beat up and brutalized, like do you honestly think he just doesn't fight anymore?
Maybe.
Yes.
But he's also only 32, so who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he probably shouldn't. But yeah, either way, that's the last matchup. That's all of the fight news or really just fight announcements that we got. Man, I feel like there was some other shit of like something going on. I don't know.
Oh, PFL re-signed with the ESPN. Let's go.
That's what it was. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. The thing that sucks about that is it, like in the, like whatever the announcement was, nothing about any of the international cards and nothing about Bellator.
This one was strictly for the US broadcast.
Yeah, just like it was last time, and that's why we didn't have international
I know.
PFL events here.
We also don't know when those contracts run up.
Yeah, but
or the international cards. Like that's what I'm.
All
that's
I'm
all
saying
I'm saying
is that from the sounds of it, is we're still not gonna be able to watch PFL Europe, not gonna be able to watch fucking PFL Middle East.
PFL Africa.
That's 2025. We'll see what happens by then. But yeah, and then who the fuck knows what they're gonna do with Bellator, man? It's gonna be so dumb if they're on like if they have fucking like their tournament on ESPN, they have their fucking international cards like on DAZN only fucking overseas, and then if they have Bellator on like fucking Amazon Prime or some shit like that. That'd be so stupid.
It'd be really funny.
Yeah.
We need some good ideas, but other shit they just fucking
consolidate.
Oh man,
they do too much. We know that.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap up all of this shit for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Like I said at the beginning, if you did, like and subscribe. It helps out. But we'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully, we have some great fights. And we'll come at you real hyped for the review of UFC and BKFC. Let's go. Peace.